What's happening, my people? It's Paul Jervey, your Moses of Finance, certified financial planner. I want to talk to you today about 5 things that can help you stay rich during the holidays. Number one, we got to make a budget. Number two, we got to shop early and take advantage of sales. Number three, we have to use cash instead of credit cards. This is for some people, not for everybody. But if you have a spending issue, or you spend a little bit more than you are supposed to, we need to use the cash. Consider giving homemade gifts or other experiences. And then do not forget about your future self. You have to remember that at some point, the old man or the old woman is going to be here. And if you don't put money aside for them, they are not going to have the options that you want them to have when you get there. Let's dig into it. So, making a budget. When making a budget, again, I've talked about budget on my channel before, but it is something that people don't necessarily like to do, but at times it is necessary. And I think during the holidays, it is incredibly necessary. And the reason is because people overspend when it comes to holidays and the marketing that goes into the holiday season. And I'm talking about Christmas. I'm talking about Christmas, and I love Christmas. It's Christ's birthday. It's my birthday. I absolutely love it. However, it is marketed as the one of the biggest shopping periods in our in the country's history, if not the world's history. And so because of that, you are going to get hit with sale after sale, discount after discount, and you're going to be thinking, "Man, I'm doing pretty good." And the question really becomes, are you really doing good? And so this is why I think that it's good to stick to a budget. The budget is you telling your money where to go instead of trying to figure out where it went. A lot of people sit there at the end of the month, and I sit down with people all the time. And so we talk about their cash flow, and we always put it down on paper. Here's what your income is, what you get in your paycheck after taxes and deductions. Then here's your expenses. You're supposed to be left with $1,000 at the end of the month. Well, shoot, Paul, I don't ever see that. Well, why is that? It's because during the month, listen, we all understand that life, it be life, and we understand that. And so emergencies come up, all those things. But could it quite possibly be that the little things that you're doing start to add up? And then because of that, are you then saying to yourself, this is why I am not able to save the way that I want to save. So this is why I think that making sure that you have a budget is highly crucial. Remember, creating a budget is you telling your money where to go instead of trying to figure out where it went. So make a budget, stick to it. Matthew 6:21 says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart also be." So when it comes to your money, the question that I have to ask is, where is your heart? Where is your heart? Where is your spirit? The Bible uses the heart as a metaphor for the human spirit. So, where is your spirit? Where is your money going? The first time that you get money, are you giving your first half to the Lord? Then, are you taking care of yourself and then spending everything? All right. So we need to make sure that, especially during the holiday season, that you're taking care of those things because we don't want you spending a whole lot of money during the holiday season. Here's another thing. Ecclesiastes 3, verses 1 through 8. It talks about there is a time for everything. And I talked about this at the beginning of the video. So we know that at some point we are going to get older. And so we have to make sure that when that time does come, that we're taking advantage of the time now, putting that money aside for the old man or putting money aside for the old woman. All right. Ecclesiastes 5:15, it says, naked you come into this world and naked you will leave. So you cannot take the money with you. That is not a license to just go ahead and spend, because the Bible also talks about making sure that you're being good stewards and that you're also leaving a legacy, not just for your children, but also for your children's children. So making a budget and making sure that you are putting the money in the right places so that you can tell it where you want it to go instead of trying to figure out where it went. This is probably the biggest one that's going to help you make sure that you don't overspend during the holiday season. Number two, Shop early and take advantage of sales. All right. Proverbs 13:4. A sluggard's appetite is never filled, but the desire of the diligent are fully satisfied. This verse contrasts the unfulfilled desires of those who procrastinate with satisfaction of those who work diligently. So if you are diligent in your shopping, and you've heard me say this on my channel before, the if you are systematic and you're productive in your pursuit of your goal, that you will reach a level of mastery that has to be rewarded. So if you are productive or systematic in your shopping during the holiday season and you strategically plan it out and you know what you're getting for each person, how much you're going to spend, and you stick to that and don't overspend, then good things are going to gravitate to you. Remember, if you follow a lot of these biblical principles, you should not have to chase money. The money per scripture should be able to track you down. So the earlier you start shopping, the more likely you are to find good deals. Many stores start offering discounts in the weeks leading up to the holidays, so it does pay to be patient and wait for the best prices. Don't just go out there and boom, especially if you're not where you want to be financially, but you want to try and live like you're there. Be realistic with yourself. Now, here's another one, and my wife and I did this early on, and I strongly recommend this, especially if you got a spending demon. And so I would use cash instead of credit cards, because when you use cash, you end up feeling the money leaving your hand. When you use that plastic and you just swipe it, you feel nothing. And today's, at the time of this recording, the national credit card debt for our country is over $1 trillion. So clearly, people are not feeling money, they're just spending. So consumer spending, even with high inflation, has hit record highs. Why? Because people are spending their savings. If they don't have any savings, then they start to use debt. Well, at some point, you're going to have to pay that debt back. So either you're going to make more money or you're going to reduce your spending so that you can take that surplus from your income and the reduction in spending and pay off that debt. All right. So now this is why having cash and putting that money aside instead of using credit cards is highly crucial and highly important. The next one, giving homemade goods or homemade gifts or experiences. My wife is a beast at this. I mean, an absolute beast at just taking things and making them memorable. I would search Pinterest. I would ask AI on how to make different gifts so that you don't have to go crazy out of pocket. I mean, do put pictures in a nice creative frame. Make a scrapbook. Make a custom playlist. I'm not, whatever your heart desires, but come up with other things as opposed to just going to the store, buying a gift, and wrapping it. And if you and like me, I'm at a point now in my life where I'm just not buying gifts for nobody. My wife told me I got to buy her gift. You know what I mean? But I just want to give you money or give you a gift card and let you go ahead and get what you like, because I've seen it with clients. I've seen it in my family where I get you the gift and then you don't necessarily use the gift or like the gift. You tell me in my face that you like the gift, but then you never use it. So to me, that's money wasted. And so then the last one is, do not forget about your financial future. It's easy to get caught up in the holiday spending and forget about your financial goals. So if your financial plans are saying that you need to be putting money in your Roth, you need to be putting money in your 401k, your investment accounts, the college accounts, you need to be putting money in your emergency fund, you need to be putting money aside for, or putting money on extra on your debt. Don't stop none of that stuff. Don't stop it. Keep it going. Don't forget about where you're trying to get. All right. So some other helpful tips that I think might be good is consider not exchanging gifts with everybody on your list. Maybe just go with husband, wife, kids, the inner circle. You don't have to, I know in my family it was a tradition where you knew aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody, sisters, brothers, everything. You don't necessarily have to do that. A card and something nice, a creative gift can go a long way. Set a spending limit for each person and then stick to it. Do your research, compare prices before you buy anything. Use coupons, promo codes, buy gifts in bulk. What's the I mean, I know people are probably going to argue with this, but it's like, what's the problem with buying a gift in bulk and then giving the same gift to everybody? I just don't. I don't. This is just me. This is me. Don't shoot the messenger. I would do it. I have done it. Shop at thrift stores. Make your own gifts. Volunteer your time to instead of giving gifts, like tell people, hey, I'm not giving gifts this year. I'm volunteering my time at the Sunday breakfast mission or something like that. But these are things that are going to help you stay rich. Now, remember, rich is not a bad word, and it's biblical. Rich, it's okay. The Bible does say wealth and riches for a specific reason. It says wealth first because it needs you to be in that mindset of accrual, systematically accruing wealth, building assets so that those assets begin to pay you an income. But rich are those things, those trend-based items, getting the nice car, having the nice things, all those things. But all rich means is to have enough for your stuff, have enough to bless the kingdom and bless somebody else. It just means to be abundantly supplied. It ain't hurting nobody. So it's okay to be rich, but rich, it has different levels for each person. So your rich is not the same rich for everybody else. So never compare yourself. And that's a big thing today with social media, because everybody's throwing stuff out there and you're trying to do exactly what those other people do, but you don't necessarily have the money that those people have. So rich is just to be abundantly supplied. So I just wanted to come and give you these little tidbits. I pray that this bless your life. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your Moses of Finance. I'll catch you guys down the road.